So let's say 2015 was when the big waves were coming in, right? 1 million people. 2 years before that, an
Hmm.
American named Andrew Anglin was over in Greece cooking up the Daily Stormer,
Hmm.
which our audience will know a lot about that. But there was an article written about him in 2017, The Making of an American Nazi, because he had become he kind of got himself cooked up on Alex Jones. And then had this publication that he started with this hacker named Andrew Weave Auernheimer.
Yeah.
And they were off and running with really igniting a far right movement. I did not realize that started in Greece, that he was in Greece. I know that he was in Russia right after that.
Yeah. I think he was floating around.
Yeah.
Basically, whenever there was the lawsuit against him by the SPLC some years
Yeah.
ago for the whole troll army, and the anti-Semitic harassment and all that.
Right. Which was run out
Um,
of St. Petersburg, right? We found out. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I had looked in the court filings at one point, and I saw that he had included a document that said that he was a resident of this address in Athens. So I happened to be
Wow.
like 5 minutes from where I live. So I walked over there, and it was a hostel, and I talked to the guy who who knew him there, and I mean, honestly, the guy was kind of shocked. He's like, no, he's not really a Nazi. And I was like, no, no, he really is. And then I showed him the cover of the Atlantic on my phone.
Yeah.
He was like, holy shit, you know. But from everything I gather, he was there blogging, doing what he did and writing the kind of stuff that he writes. And also, um, I think he built some contacts with folks in Golden Dawn and other places, other
Interesting.
groups as well. I mean, I think there's a photo floating around of him at a Golden Dawn rally, actually,
Wow.
still somewhere on the internet. So yeah, and he's not the only one. I mean, Matthew Heimbach, like during whenever he was interviewed on the Vice documentary about the Charlottesville
Yeah.
violence, they asked him, "Who are you modeling your protest off?" And he mentioned
Oh my
Golden
God.
Dawn, and he mentioned the Swedish, the Nordic resistance movement, um, in Sweden. So, I think these people inspire one another in really horrifying ways.